go. Hey, how about a hug for Daddy? Girl. Oops, almost forgot.
Oh, yeah, I forgot him.
Yes.
So glad to see you.
Hi.
Look what Daddy brought for me.
Oh, he's so
doggy.
cute. What's his name?
Parents.
Oh, hello. Why don't you take him inside and show him your room?
Okay, that's a nice idea.
Bye, Mandy. I love you, sweetheart.
Me too, Daddy.
You don't have to buy her things, Walt.
Oh, come on. I wanted to. So I hear down at the office you're working on one of your Jennifer Colton specials.
He travels fast at the building commissioners.
What is it this time?
We're redoing the old Altovar building.
Adaptive reuse.
Yeah, redoing.
Yeah. Well, you're getting to be the acknowledged expert in the field. I'm really impressed.
Yeah. Well, I've got a million things to do, so
I'll call in a couple of weeks and tell Mandy I'll give her a call.
Okay.
You know, if you're downtown picking up a building permit, why don't you call me? I'll buy you lunch.
Okay. Yeah, maybe next time I'm down. Bye.
You're late. I had to fight my way out of the house. Where's Mandy?
Oh, just a minute.
I'll see you later, honey.
Bye-bye, Frank.
Mandy, honey. Nora and the kids are here. Come on, let's go.
You look like hell.
Oh.
Well, I mean, for you, you look like hell. For me, I'd settle. Did you work all night?
Oh, not exactly. Wait a minute, honey. See you after work, okay?
Bye, Mommy.
Have a good day.
Did you have another one of those nights last night?
Not really.
Yeah, not really. Look, if you want my advice, it's not that big a mystery. It's you and Walt. It's this whole divorce.
Yeah, Nora, but I'm late for work. The kids are late for school. We'll talk about it later, okay?
Okay, call me. Make an appointment.
What we've done here is based on adaptive reuse to preserve the integrity of the original structure. By conforming our drawings to the original blueprints, we achieve modernization without losing the aesthetic charm of the original building.
And the way Jennifer has laid out these specs, this approach is going to diminish rather than add to the construction costs. Go ahead, Jen. This is yours.
I've printed out a few temporary budgets. Of course, nothing is set in concrete, but if you look here on page 2, cost per square interior foot is even lower than we first anticipated.
Excuse me, please. A call from Mrs. Colton.
No, this isn't the time for that. Not now. Whoever it is, tell them she'll call back.
It's your daughter's school. They said it was important.
Oh, I'm sorry, really. I've got to go.
Well, that's all right. We've all had kids. I guess we can carry on from here.
What happened?
I don't know. I just got here from work.
Is she all right?
No.
Are you okay, honey? What's wrong?
Mrs. Colton,
What's wrong? What happened? Is she all right?
why don't you go out with Nancy and play for a while? Mommy and Daddy will be right here. Nancy, will you take Mandy, please?
Mrs. Thacker.
What is it?
One of the children had a birthday with cake and presents from his parents. And after we celebrated, a teacher heard a crash outside. So she went out to find Mandy smashing all the toys against the building. Well, as you know, this isn't the first time we've had that problem with her.
Excuse me, wait a minute. What's going on here? What is she talking about?
I told you about this before. You said all kids have nightmares. Yes, go on.
The little boy ran out and tried to stop her, but she just went out of control, screaming, kicking, and then biting and throwing things. No one could get near her, so that's when we called you. She frightens the children, Mrs. Colton. I'm really sorry.
It's all right, I understand. Can you give me a week, a couple days to find a different place?
I don't think that's the answer, Mrs. Colton.
I know that's not the answer, Mrs. Thacker.
I'm sorry. A few days, be fine.
Thank you.
Jen, is there anything that I can do now? I don't know. Do you want me to stay?
No, it's okay. Thanks.
Guess I'll go back to work.
Walt, thanks for coming down. I appreciate it.
Sure. She's my kid, too.
What do you say we take the rest of the day off? Just have a good time, you and me, hmm?
Really? Can we?
We sure can. I'll call the office and tell them I won't be coming back today. And then we'll call Nora and tell her not to bother picking you up because you and me are going to play hooky today. Oh. Yeah. Would you like to go to the park? Hmm?
Let's go see the painting.
Aunt Delaney's paintings? What a great idea.
Is Daddy going to come with us?
No, Daddy had to go back to work. It's just you and me, okay?
Mm-hmm. That's you, Mommy.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is.
Let me see.
See the locket? Okay. There it is. There. I'd spent the whole summer at Aunt Delaney's cabin up on Lake Squamish.
Can we go?
Go where, honey?
Lake Squishland.
Oh, Lake Squamish? Well, Aunt Delaney's been begging me for years to bring you for a visit. Then she can make a painting of you. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. How about Christmas? Christmas in the snow.
Really?
Yeah.
Can
we do
we?
it? Yeah. Honey, can you tell me what happened at school? No, why did you get so upset? Did you get angry at someone? Mandy? Mandy? Mandy, please, you can't just do things like that and then forget about them. You have... Okay. Mandy. What is it, Mandy? What's the matter?
My daddy hurts me.
What?
He touches me like that. There.
Mandy, what are you talking about?
He makes me touch him and he does things to me.
Mandy?
It hurts, Mommy. It hurts me.
Mandy?
It hurts. It scares me.
And all this time, all the night terrors, all the tantrums, I thought it was something physical. I thought the doctors would find something, some sort of disease, and give her medication, and it would go away.
Come on, Jen. Maybe she heard it somewhere. Maybe someone was talking something on TV, and she overheard it. And
I don't think so. I kept asking her, how, when, where, how did he hurt her? I don't know. Guess I made too much out of it, I don't know, but how the hell do you make too much out of something like that? I don't know. After a while, she stopped talking, period. No more. I couldn't get another word out of her.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. But I believe Mandy, Nora. God knows I don't want to, but I do. The things she said. And how would she know about things like that? And the way she said them with her little face just...
What are you gonna do?
Jennifer? Jen, open up. Mandy, it's Daddy. Oh, Jen, Mandy ready to go?
No, she can't come with you this weekend, Walt.
Why not? What's the matter?
Oh, she's sick. I tried to call and tell you before you came all the way over, but...
I spoke to her yesterday. She seemed fine.
She got it last night. She has fever. The doctor says it's ear infection.
Huh. Can I come in and see her for a minute?
No, she's sleeping.
What's wrong, Jen? What's going on here?
Nothing. Mandy's sick today, and I'm tired, that's all. Goodbye, Walt.
I know this was difficult for you, Jennifer, but you did the right thing. I'm glad you came to see me.
Yeah. Well, as you know, I've been worried about Mandy for some time. And I thought maybe this could explain...
Well, now, as I said, her behavior could be caused by many factors, from the separation anxiety of your divorce to earthquakes. Mm-hmm. At Mandy's stage of cognitive development, fantasy and reality are often intertwined.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I don't understand. How do you mean fantasy? I mean, how does a 5.5-year-old child come to fantasize fellatio and describe it with any degree of accuracy?
Let me arrange an appointment at the hospital with a pediatrician, Dr. Garfield. She'll do a complete physical examination. Meanwhile, I'll get in touch with the social services and the police.
The police?
It's the law, Jen. Any reported case of sexual abuse, whether founded or not, has to be investigated, not only by the police, but by social services.
But I just want the visit stopped, Howard. I don't want Mandy to see him anymore. I want you to call him, Howard. Call the judge. Tell him what's happened.
It's not that simple.
Okay, then tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. What? What are you laughing at?
Come here, you. You sounded just like you did when you were a kid, Mandy's age, at Aunt Deli's in the summertime. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do.
What do we do?
We build a case, step by step, then we go to court.
But that'll take time.
It's not that simple. You don't expect him to admit to any of this, do you?
You believe me, don't you?
You're my cousin. I've known you since you were born. We've been through everything together, including your divorce, but...
Do you believe me?
I don't know. And neither will a judge. But if you tell me right now, Jen, okay, then I believe you. That doesn't mean a judge will. You have to ask yourself, right now, right this second, are you 100% sure that Walt did this thing?
Hurry up, Mandy, honey. We're chasing the clock here.
Why can't I go to my old school? I don't want to go to a new school.
I know, honey, but it's a good place. I think you'll like it. Wait till you see all the toys they have there.
I like my old school.
I know, but I think you'll like this one, too. Go on, brush your teeth. Oh, it is.
Mrs. Colton, I'm Sergeant Blaine. This is Miss Stapleton with the Social Services Department.
Could we schedule this for another time? I'm trying to get to work.
It shouldn't take long. I'll be on this case however long it should take for the protection of, Amanda.
Mandy. You're going to talk to her? Well, I haven't had a chance to explain to her that anybody will be coming. I'm not sure how she'll respond. I mean, if we could arrange this for...
The sooner we get started on this, the easier it'll be on everyone.
Seen anything like them. Do you know why they're special? Because underneath their clothes, they have parts of their body just like we do. And they help kids talk about their problems with grown-ups. Would you like to take a look?
Yes.
Go ahead. All right, these two right over here. Right here.
This is the daddy dolly.
Now, why would you call that one the daddy dolly?
Because he has what my daddy has.
I need to understand a little more what happened at your daddy's house when he touched your private parts. Do you think you could help me with that?
Okay.
Can you show me on the girl dolly where he touched you?
Here.
Did he touch you on top of your clothing or underneath?
With no clothes.
And what did he touch you with?
His finger.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Mandy. I'd like to help you. Did he touch you there with anything else?
Yes.
Did he hurt you?
Yes, I was crying.
Did you ask him to stop?
Yes, I wanted to go home. But Mommy kept sending me.
So did you get the change order on the stuff they'll finish?
Jennifer?
Wait, let me show you.
Jennifer, I want to talk to you.
Not now, Walls. I'm busy. Later, please.
Now! I want to find out what's been going on.
Excuse me, George. Nothing is going on.
2 times in a row I come to pick up Mandy, and 2 times I get some lame excuse about why she's not ready for me.
Well, please, later. Now, I want you to...
Come here. And the police have been asking me questions about Mandy. What have you been telling them?
Oh, you son of a bitch. How dare you just stand there acting like you don't know what?
No what? No, what are you talking about?
She told me what you did to her. She has been examined by doctors who have confirmed that she's been sexually abused.
What?
You are not going to touch that child again. Do you understand me? I am taking you to court.
I don't know why you're doing this, Jennifer, but if you want to fight, you got one! Jennifer and I have had our our share of troubles. Who hasn't? But nothing like this. She's trying to take my kid away from me, Frank. What'd your lawyer say? I have to go through the whole process, like it or not. I have to talk to the police, someone from social services, and a psychiatrist.
Well, what happens now, man?
Do I have to tell you? A woman even makes an accusation like this.
Well, hell, this is still America, isn't it? I mean, you can't accuse a guy of something like that without any kind of proof. Is anybody at work now?
No, but they'll find out. There'll be rumors and innuendos. Do I have to tell you how political a place the building commissioner's office is?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to fight it. I don't care what she accuses me of. I'm not going to let her take Mandy away from me. Mandy's mine.
Your Honor, Howard Felden for the petitioner, Jennifer Colton.
Kevin Chilton, Your Honor, for the respondent, Walter Colton.
Linda Muir, Your Honor, on behalf of the child.
We're ready to proceed. Mr. Felden, do you wish to offer any opening statement?
Only a very brief one, Your Honor. The plaintiff will produce witnesses who will testify that Mandy Colton, age 5½, has been sexually abused by her father. We are not here in a criminal matter, but rather a civil action in which we request the court order a stay of visitation to protect the child from further abuse.
Mr. Chilton?
Your Honor, due to the seriousness of the charges against my client, and due to the fact that he has had insufficient time to prepare, not to mention having had no opportunity to have the child evaluated by doctors of his own choosing, my client requests a continuance until such time as we may properly prepare for these proceedings.
Your Honor, time is of the essence in securing the well-being of this child.
Nevertheless, Mr. Chilton is right in his contention that his client is entitled to adequate time in which to prepare.
Your Honor, may we at least have an order requiring supervised visitation if there's to be any delay in this matter?
I oppose the petitioner's request, Your Honor. Nothing has been established to warrant court supervision. Any such ruling would be both punitive and damaging to my client.
I think this is a reasonable request, Mr. Chilton. The very fact that the plaintiff has a case to present is enough to warrant supervised visits.
But, Your Honor...
It's enough, Mr. Chilton. These proceedings are continued for a period of 1 month, during which time Mr. Colton's visits with his daughter will be supervised by an appointee of the Social Services Department.
Come up here. Okay, let me hear your part.
That was terrible.
Okay, let's try it again. Come on. Here. Wait, candy. Okay, I'll bring this in case. Okay, let's go.
Hi, Uncle Howard.
Boy, they didn't even know it was me at the office. Shouldn't this vicious thing be on a leash?
It's me, Mandy.
So it is. Hey, can you do any tricks? Extremely vicious. I'm impressed. Here, I got a reward for you. Oh, a trade.
Go put it in the bucket, honey.
Come here. Homework assignment.
Oh, great. I'm becoming an expert on things I never expected to know about. Or wanted to.
How you holding up?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me, Counselor. I'm a tough cookie, remember?
Yes, I do.
Can I get you something? You want some coffee, a piece of cake? I don't have any corn chips, but
No. Corn chips. No, I'm going to go with the kids, go trick-or-treating, terrorize the neighborhood. So, happy Halloween. Mwah. Come on, man.
Got your bucket, honey? Yeah. Good. Don't eat any candy until you bring it home and I check it, okay? Bye. I love you, honey. At age 8, the child began to dissociate, exhibiting multiple personality disorders. The subject expressed a violent, morbid fear of her stepfather, and in 3 separate sessions described both digital and genital penetration, both vaginal and anal, by pointing to the appropriate areas on the anatomically correct dolls.
My name is Dr. Anna Garfield. I'm Director of Pediatrics at State Memorial Hospital and Professor at the University School of Medicine.
Did you have an opportunity to examine Mandy Colton?
Yes, I did. There is vaginal scarring to the posterior fourchette. The hymenal opening is enlarged 2.5 times the normal size for a child of Mandy's age. The rounded, distorted hymenal orifice I found is an indication of chronic, ongoing abuse.
Just one more question, Doctor. When you examined Mandy, did she tell you of any sexual abuse that took place?
Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay.
Your Honor, when a child comes into a hospital with a broken bone, the doctor has an obligation to find out how it happened.
I will allow it.
Thank you. Dr. Garfield, did you ask Mandy if anyone hurt her or touched her in the area where she was scarred?
Yes, I did.
And what did she tell you?
She said it was her father.
Thank you. No further questions?
Dr. Garfield, you're a pediatrician, correct?
That is correct. Although as chief of pediatrics, my private practice is limited. At the hospital, I deal with all areas of pediatric medicine.
Including child abuse?
Yes.
Dr. Garfield, have you ever had a child make up a story to you?
I'm not sure I understand the question.
If a child is in a particularly stressful situation, extremely rancorous divorce, for example, has a child ever told you that a parent did something only for you to discover that it was a child's fabrication?
Well, children under stress can and do make things up.
The kind of stress caused by a very contentious divorce, say?
Yes, that has happened. But in this case,
And
I would...
is it physically impossible for Mandy Colton to have inflicted such injuries to herself?
No, it's not impossible. She could have done it to herself, but it's
You've
not
seen it
like
before
that.
then in other cases?
Yes.
Then you cannot say with any certainty that what Mandy says about her father is the truth.
No, but one must make judgments about statements.
No further
questions, Your Honor.
Mandy suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. She has flashbacks brought on by uncontrollable fear and the beginnings of multiple personality disorder. In one of our sessions, she pointed to the genital area of an anatomical doll, and then she showed me how her father forced her to commit oral...
Objection. It's hearsay, Your Honor. And the child could have been rehearsed or coached.
You can coach a child to say words, but not how to react emotionally.
Overruled. You may continue, Mr. Sheldon.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Chilton, your witness.
Dr. Townsend, are you familiar with the Dr. Alan Redeker?
Yes, I am. He's a very well-known and highly respected psychiatrist.
Dr. Redeker examined this same child for the same reasons and found no evidence to support the diagnosis of sexual abuse on the part of Mandy's father. Do you have any insights or thoughts as to how two professional people like yourselves might differ so widely on something like that?
No, sir, I don't.
I've been a social services caseworker for 12 years. I've been assigned to the sexual battery team for 8.
Over those years, you've interviewed how many children who had been sexually abused?
Hundreds, maybe thousands.
During your interview with Mandy, did you notice anything unusual about the child or in the manner in which she spoke to you?
Well, I wouldn't call it unusual. I see it a lot. It was my impression the little girl was coached. I think it's possible that she was told by her mother to say she was sexually abused.
On what basis did you make the judgment that Mandy was coached in her statements?
Inflections, attitudes, it's just a professional judgment. After you've seen as many of these cases as I have.
Yes, thousands. I think you mentioned that. Let me ask you this. Have you ever been wrong in your professional judgment about a child's statement regarding sexual abuse?
Objection, Your Honor. This is a qualified professional witness.
We've all been wrong on occasion.
So for the record, your belief that Mandy was coached in her statements is nothing more than a hunch that has been proved wrong on past occasions. No more questions.
The critical question here is not only one of sexual abuse, but whether or not the child's father is responsible. In order to deny Mr. Colton his visitation rights, the court must be convinced. At this point, however, the weight of substantiated evidence is insufficient to make such a determination. The court is therefore unwilling at this time to deny the father his visitation with his child without some compelling evidence of his involvement.
But, Your Honor, can't you see what you're doing to my child? You admit there's a reasonable chance that there has been sexual abuse.
Please be seated, madam.
No, please hear me. There's a doubt in your mind. You said so yourself. I beg you, please, give the benefit of that doubt to my child.
Mrs. Colton, counselor,
give the benefit of that doubt to my child.
Mrs. Colton, please.
Give the benefit of that doubt to my child.
Please control your client, counselor. Mrs.
No,
Colton.
please give the benefit of that doubt to my child.
Therefore, motion made by the petitioner to deny the defendant father's visitation with his daughter is denied.
I won't send her to be abused again.
You have to let her go.
No, I am not going to send her back with him, Howard.
You have to, Jen.
No!
At least for now, you have no choice.
He's here.
Too.
Hi, baby. You ready?
Yes, Daddy.
You look really cute.
Thanks.
So, here's my Charlie, right? The Laurence Olivier, the 4th grade. And he's standing up in front of the whole school. He's dressed as, a rutabaga or a carrot. I don't know what the hell this thing's supposed to be. And what the teacher doesn't know is that he's been eating junk for about the last hour and a half. So he's filled up to here. And he gets to the big line, where he's supposed to say, eating carrots is what makes us strong or something. And up comes all the junk. And he just tossed his cookies all over the carrot.
Oh, my God.
The kids went wild. They were screaming and cheering and giving.
Why won't they believe me, Nora? All they have to do is look at Mandy. Why can't they see it? Why?
I didn't know what to do.
What did you do to her?
Not a thing, I swear.
No, what did you do to her? Bolt! You bastard!
All right, put it up.
Right over here, Mandy, okay? Do you know how to play fish? Okay, why don't you have a seat right here? Mandy, I'd like you to meet John, Mary, and Denise.
We have done a very thorough examination of Mandy, Miss Colton. And I feel that she is credible and that your concerns are well-founded.
What next?
Please. It's not uncommon for an abusing parent to have been abused as a child. Now, has your husband ever mentioned anything in his past?
God, there must be something terribly wrong with me. I never once suspected anything.
Well, now, assuming there's anything to suspect, please remember, Jennifer, I can't say that your ex-husband is guilty of abusing Mandy. I just don't know that at this point in time.
Yes, I know that, but I was married to the man for 4 years. I mean, I never once saw a sign that could have indicated that...
If he is guilty of abusing Mandy, it isn't something he'd carry around in his everyday world. He'd lock it all away, along with a sense of anger and rage that's trapped deep down inside him. On the surface, he's no different than anyone else.
Yes, that's what makes it also difficult to believe. He's just... But it's true, Dr. Innes. In my heart, I know it. I look at my child, and I know it.
Will he talk to me? Will he let himself be interviewed?
I wouldn't count on it. He'll help us. You'll see Mandy.
We'll try. But I must advise you that continued visits by her father could severely hamper our efforts. I strongly recommend you take whatever legal measures are necessary to stop her father from seeing her.
For how long?
Well, it depends. Can't say until we've talked more with Mandy. But a reasonable period of time without his influence.
Doctor, if he is abusing her, how am I supposed to get him to cooperate in order to prove it?
Well, I'll get in touch with the social services caseworker. See, they can subpoena our evaluations, and I'll testify. Hopefully that'll convince the judge.
Would you please state your name and your professional position?
Dr. Herbert Innes. I am director of the Crispin Center, which is a psychiatric treatment facility for victims of sexual abuse.
Have you previously examined Mandy Colton?
I have. Her mother brought her to the center for an evaluation.
Could you please tell the court your professional conclusions?
I found Mandy to be a severely distressed child, showing symptoms that are consistent with sexual abuse.
And what were your recommendations to Mandy's mother, Mrs. Jennifer Colton?
I strongly recommended that Mandy be admitted to the Center for further psychiatric treatment, and that Mrs. Colton should press through legal measures to halt visitation by Mandy's father during the course of the treatment.
Why did you suggest this last measure, trying to stop Mandy's father from seeing her during treatment?
Well, Mandy displayed certain signs that are consistent with a child being abused and yet is too frightened to talk about it. I believe that Mandy may be afraid of her father, so her treatment at the center would be significantly hampered if you were allowed to continue seeing her.
Thank you, Dr. Ennis. No further questions.
Did Mandy ever tell you specifically that her father molested her in any way?
No, not specifically. But Mandy is a terribly confused and frightened child. She's not likely to disclose anything specific now, especially after having been evaluated so many times during the recent weeks. But at a certain point, any child begins to close up and stops communicating.
Can you supply this court with any definitive proof that Mr. Colton sexually abused his daughter?
I don't think anyone can offer absolute proof. It's a matter of professional judgment.
No further questions, Your Honor.
No one is disputing your professional judgment here, Doctor. The crux of this case, however, is whether, in fact, Mr. Colton has committed sexual abuse. Now I ask you again, do you have any compelling evidence to offer this court to support your professional opinion?
No, sir.
Thank you. Over the last 7 months, this court has heard 5 other cases involving the sexual abuse of children. In 2 of those cases, the charges were found to be incorrect and unfounded. Now, I've listened very carefully to the testimony offered by Dr. Innes. The court agrees that it will be in the best interest of the child to initiate psychiatric treatment at the Crispin Center as soon as possible. However, there seems to be no persuasive evidence linking the father to the disturbed condition of the child. Petitioner's motion for a stay of the father's visitation during the treatment period is therefore denied.
Walt? Hi.
Well, don't tell me you came all the way down here just to stand there.
Well, I was hoping that maybe we'd be able to come to some sort of way to help Mandy. No lawyers, no judge, just you and me.
I'm willing to try if you are. We used to be pretty good at working things out. Just the two of us.
Okay. Well, we both know something's wrong with Mandy, right? You saw it for yourself the other night when you dropped her off.
So what should we do?
I want to do like I said in court. I want to take her to the Crispin Center.
Okay. If you think that's going to help, great. But if they don't find anything, and they won't, Jen, you've got to, for God's sake, give this thing up once and for all.
It's got to be alone. You've got to agree voluntarily not to see her during the period of time of treatment.
For how long?
For as long as it takes.
And how do I know what they're going to be telling her about me? How do I know that they're not going to poison her against me more than you've done already?
Walt? Walt? Walt! Walt! Walt, please. I'm begging you now. I'm sorry for everything, but please, you've got to do this.
Do you have any idea what it's like for me to walk in and out of this building every night and every morning? I feel their eyes all over my back. I hear them whispering.
Walt, please.
Get out of here.
Walt!
I'm telling you something. When I come to get her this weekend, she better be ready. Now get the hell out of here.
No, Nora, no. He kept on saying, you have no proof. You've got to have proof. Oh, God, Nora, I don't know what to do anymore. Walt's due to pick her up tomorrow. And if I refuse, I can't, Nora. It's a court order. I've got to hand her over to him, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay, Nora. I'll call you later. Yeah, thank God I've got you to talk to. Yeah. No, it's okay. I'll manage. Yeah, okay. Thanks. Bye. Andy, where are you?
Jennifer? 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 Mandy?
Go away!
What happened to Mandy?
Nothing. Go away!
Nora told Frank she cut her arm. I want to see her.
It's over, Walt. You're not seeing her anymore. You hear me? It's over. I'm not going to let you hurt her anymore.
You heard the judge. I have a right to be in. Let me in there. Oh. Jennifer, open this door. Jennifer? I'm not leaving. Jennifer, open this door.
Madam, did you understand the court order regarding the visitation rights between your daughter and her father?
No, Your Honor. I don't understand the order. My child's life is at stake. The Crispin Center needs a certain amount of time to properly evaluate Mandy without her father present.
Mrs. Colton, I understand the depth of your concern for your daughter's welfare. Believe me, I have children of my own. But the guidelines of the Crispin Center is not the issue here. This is a court of law. Now, I must ask you again, are you going to comply with the orders given?
Not unless a reasonable period of time is given to the Crispin Center to properly evaluate Mandy without her father present.
Mrs. Colton, perhaps you don't understand. I cannot let you dictate the rulings of this court. A judgment has been made, and you must abide.
Your Honor, my client means no disrespect.
I'm sure she doesn't, Mr. Felden, but the ruling stands. Now, I'm going to give you one last opportunity to indicate that you understand this decision. Will you obey the court ruling? I have no other choice but to find you in civil contempt and send you to the county jail, where it is hoped you will reflect more favorably upon the orders of this court. Bailiff, please take charge of the prisoner.
Howard?
Your Honor, please, is this necessary?
Mrs. Mira, where is the child now?
Your Honor, the child is spending the weekend
Your Honor, please.
at a country home belonging to a Mr. and Mrs. Frank Harold.
Howard, what's happening?
Your Honor, please reconsider your decision.
Sit down, Mr. Felden. When will she return?
Monday.
Mr. Colton's visitation rights will be carried out upon the child's return. Bailiff.
Excuse me, Your
please
Honor.
take the prisoner away.
Howard, no.
Your Honor.
Bailiff.
Objection.
Howard, no.
Take the prisoner out.
Howard, don't let me
Bailiff.
see Mandy.
Objection.
Remove the prisoner at once.
You aren't going to see Mandy.
Objection, Your Honor. This court is adjourned. Stunham, please.
My old man died when I was 2. My mama went alone for a while and she couldn't hack it. So when I was 5, my stepfather moved in. Walt used to take care of me and my sisters at home every Saturday night when my mama was working at the bakery. And every Saturday night he'd get ripped and drag us into the bedroom. He used to call it Saturday Night Live. And one night I couldn't take it no more. I knew he was going to kill my little sister. I couldn't take it. So I got a big kitchen knife and I stuck it right between his ribs. Saturday night dead. I heard about you coming in here and why. Never been in a place like this before? No, not you. You ain't never even had your nails dirty before. What's this? It's a phone number. Keep it. It might come in handy sometime.
You didn't exactly make things better, Jen. Now you're in here, and Walt gets his visit anyway, as soon as Mandy comes back on Monday.
So bail me out or something.
I can't. Don't you understand, Jen? This is a contempt charge. There is no bail. You can get yourself out if you're willing to obey Judge Dunham's order. Period. You're the one holding the key.
Damned either way, right? I stay in here, Walt still gets visitation. Get myself out, and I've got to be the one to hand her over.
At least you're out to be with her yourself. This is no answer, Jen.
Guess you're right, counselor. Tell Judge Dunham I agree to his terms and get me out of here.
You understand those terms?
I'm listening.
1, you have to let Walt visit Mandy. 2, you can't remove her from the city or the state without the court's permission. 3, if you violate either of those conditions, you'd not only be in contempt, you could face a felony kidnapping charge.
Why don't they just shoot me at dawn?
He's going to be watching you, Jen. My guess, Walt's already hired a private detective to track your movements, hoping that you'll violate one of the orders.
And Mandy, remember her? While all these orders are religiously being carried out, what happens to her?
Do you need this to extend?
Morning.
You bump this bait over there, don't you? Like that yesterday afternoon.
Hi, Fred.
You okay, Jennifer? I hope I didn't come at a bad time.
What do you mean, bad time?
This whole thing. It's bad business. It's very ugly.
Look, Fred, whatever it is you have to say, why don't you just spit it out? Just say it. Look, I'll do the work. I need the income. Especially now with the legal bills piling up.
Sorry, Jennifer. It's got to be this way.
Excuse me, Fred. Does this have anything to do with Walt's position at the building commissioner's office?
When this is all over, you come back to me. I'm going to miss you. You're a good architect.
I'll be right back, honey.
Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you.
I got fired.
I know, they told me.
Can they do that, just fire me like that?
Deal with that later. This is more important. Sit down. Walt has filed for full custody.
What?
You heard me, full custody. He's going to try and take Mandy away from you.
No, he can't. They wouldn't let that happen, would
You
they?
want me to quote you other cases, Jen? It can happen. You've been jailed on a contempt citation, and he'll use that anything he can.
No. Oh. What is happening to the world? I mean, everything's upside down. I don't get it. 3 pediatricians, 2 psychologists, and 2 more clinics, not to mention Mandy's own statements. And all we've ever asked is for the court to step in and protect her. And now he wants to take her away from me? This is insane. Oh.
It's hard to talk about somebody bothering you, isn't it? Do you have a telephone at home? They're fun, aren't they? Suppose we talk on the phone. Would you like that? Ring, ring. Hello?
Hello.
Is Mandy home, please?
This is Mandy.
Oh, good. I'm glad I got you. I've been wondering about something. Could you tell me if anyone's been hurting you or touching your private parts?
No,
Why not?
it's a secret.
Oh, I see. A secret with who?
I can't tell.
Well, Mandy, could you tell just me?
I can't. Terrible things would happen.
Let me show you something. Look at these files. There are hundreds more like these. Thousands. But there are also cases where one spouse uses the accusation of sexual abuse as a weapon. A way to get even in an ugly divorce. Now, you may not believe that right now, but it happens.
I'm not sure I understand. I didn't make anything up here. I don't see what this has to do with me and Mandy.
The one thing we can't afford to do is get involved in a situation where the circumstances are unclear. Why don't you have a seat? So, before we agree to help you, we have to make our own judgment about Mandy's case. We're only willing to do this when we, too, are convinced that there's no other way. Kids are sacrificed because the system's so costly and so impersonal. Most parents don't have the money or the tenacity to protect their children. We're going to help you. But there's several ground rules that we better go over.
Yeah, getting used to ground rules.
I know this sounds like a bad spy novel, Mrs. Colton, but we're breaking the law here. All of us. No one's saying it's the best solution, but we do it for the sake of the children. Hundreds of parents depend on the secrecy that we maintain. One mistake, one slip, and it's not just your child who suffers. After this meeting, you won't see any of us again. But you'll be given numbers to call, and each number will supply you with a new set of directions.
won't let you do this. You can't do
Nora,
this.
I've got... Would you give me the bag?
This is no answer at all. This is wrong.
Nora, please.
Look, Jen, you are not the criminal. Why should you be the one to run? This is your home.
So, we'll find another.
Where? How?
Nora, you don't really expect me to answer that, do you? Do you really want me to?
Look, I know it sounds simplistic, but running away is not the answer. It can't be.
I didn't choose this, Nora. And do you think I want to give up everything I've ever known? Don't you think I've asked myself 1,000 times, could Mandy be mistaken about love? What if I'm wrong? I mean, what if it's something else? But I believe it. So it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter what the law says. I believe Mandy. And if I believe her, then there is no other choice. Do you remember when she wore this? Not exactly the proper attire for today's occasion. Oh, do you remember that day up in the cabin when we were both pregnant?
Yeah. We were waddling around like a couple of fat gorillas.
Yeah. And we were both so certain we were going to have girls. Yeah. I remember sitting on the porch, looking out across the water, talking about what kind of mothers we'd be.
Perfect.
Yeah, we had it all mapped out. From the party dresses to the fancy hairdos to the kindergarten playgroup.
And paper dolls and ballet classes.
And training bras and the braces and the first date. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna miss you. Say goodbye and drive away, Norman.
I don't understand. Where are you going to go?
Say goodbye, Norman. Come on.
It's just not fair. Bye-bye. I love you.
Hello? Is this 555-6134?
Who's calling?
Oh, it's Jennifer Colton. I was given this number to call.
Okay, listen. From now on, don't use a real name when you make these calls. We never know who's listening.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do I say?
Well, tell whoever answers that you're a friend of their son or their daughters, okay?
Yes, okay.
You should get yourself disguises of some sort. Wigs, a pillow stuffed in your dress, hair coloring.
Are you kidding?
I haven't got time for jokes, lady. You do whatever you want.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to...
There's a motel over in Lockwood on the south side of town. It's called the State Line Motel. Go there and they'll give you a room for a while. You won't have to pay.
How long do I stay?
No more than 3 days. Then move on. The manager's name is Alice. She'll give you more contact numbers when you leave. Okay? Goodbye.
Make yourself at home.
Thank you.
Sleep, my child, and peace attend thee all through the night. Guardian angels, God will send thee all through the night.
Take it off. It's funny. Here. Hello.
Here, you put yours on.
Put your one on?
I can't even see.
Your one's too little for me. Look. It looks like a cake on my head.
Have a good game, Frank? It's funny, I could have sworn you said you couldn't play today. What was it, a bad shoulder?
Look, I'm sorry, Walt. Yeah, right.
Who wants to hang around with a sex pervert? Am I right?
I didn't say that.
You don't have to. Message board's loud and clear, pal. Loud and clear.
Look, I don't even know who's telling the truth anymore. I don't even know how to find out what the truth is.
Where is she? I want my daughter back.
I don't know where she is.
I think you do. You and Nora both.
Well, you're wrong,
Don't
man.
give me that. They're best friends. Don't tell me that she didn't help Jennifer engineer this little disappearance.
Don't put us in the middle of it, Walt. I can't help you.
Hey, I don't want your help. And I don't need your help. You know why? Because the FBI has issued a warrant for her arrest. A warrant for her arrest. You tell Nora that.
Kurt is Jennifer, and this is Mandy. They're going to be staying with us for a while. It's my brother Kurt.
Hi.
Just come here, Mandy. No, that's okay. Just come here. I need your help, all right?
She's afraid.
I can see that. But there's nothing to be afraid of here.
I'm sure there isn't, but with everything she's been through, and the traveling, and yet another unfamiliar face.
Come on over here. I need some help, all right? Now, what I want you to do, you take that, put it right there. I'm going to hold it right with your hand. Now, when I give you the signal, we're going to slide it up here, all right? You think you get that?
Yeah.
You ready to go? All right. Woo, girl. You know, the minute I saw you, I knew you were a player. Where'd you learn how to do that?
I don't know.
Hey, how about some food for us hungry musicians here, huh? Why don't you women go in and get supper started? Me and Mandy got some important business here. Come on. Woo, girl, you playing.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen.
Presenting the world's most spectacular dessert. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Your brother is really amazing. I mean, she never trusts strangers, especially men after.
Kurt is different. Kids always trust him. There's something about him.
You know, I'm really surprised he's not married with kids of his own. He'd be a wonderful father.
He was. Why do you think we're doing this? Helping runaway parents. He had a beautiful little boy, Nicky. Then he and his wife got divorced, and she took up with some guy, a real lowlife. Kurt started to notice the signs of sexual abuse in Nick. Confronted his ex-wife about it, but she refused to believe that her boyfriend would be capable of something like that.
I can understand that feeling.
He took all the legal steps, but this judge just wouldn't give custody to Kurt. He
He tried everything, but it was useless. He couldn't stop it from happening. When Nick was 7, he jumped out of the 8th floor window of his mother's apartment building. That's when Kurt swore he wouldn't let it happen to anybody else's kid. Not if he could help it.
Hush-a-bye, don't you cry. Go to sleep, you little baby. And when you wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses.
Mandy, honey, it's bedtime.
Good night, sweetheart.
Good night.
Sleep tight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good night, Kurt.
What happened? There's been a leak. Nobody knows exactly what happened, but we gotta get out of here now. I've got most of the stuff packed into the truck.
Well, it's because of us. We'll leave. We don't want to put you in any danger.
If they catch you, you don't have a prayer of keeping her.
Yeah, well, I don't see what choice I have.
Split up. Leave Mandy with us. You choose a spot and we'll meet you in a couple of days.
No, they haven't found us yet. We can still get away.
But you don't know if you've been spotted or not, and you can't take that chance. You should be safe with us, Jennifer. You know that.
No, I couldn't leave her. I'm sorry.
If they catch you both, you're going to lose her to her father.
Oh, God, I can't do this. Okay, I'll give you the address of a place to take her. Somewhere there will be people there, relatives. Okay. I'll be right back, sweetie. Thank you. She left her stuffed doll, her dog, at the house. I've got to go back for it.
No, I wouldn't do that, Jennifer.
No, I promised. I said I would bring it with me when I join up with her. I'll be careful. I've got to take the rent-a-car to the airport. I have, this address here. I'll meet you there in a couple of days.
You should be safe with us, Jennifer. I promise you that.
It's going to be a wonderful adventure, you'll see.
I want you to come with me.
I know, honey, but I can't.
Why?
Well, I just can't. I've got something for you here. When Aunt Delaney sees this, she'll know it's you. Okay? And you'll always wear it.
Yes.
Okay, I'll see you in a couple of days, Mandy. I love you, honey. I love you. Watch your fingers, honey. Bye. I love you.
Bye.
Bye. It'll be okay, baby. You'll see. Bye. Oh, God, please take care of my baby. Take care of my baby, please. Please.
FBI, ma'am. Is your name Jennifer Colton?
Yes.
We have a warrant for your arrest, Mrs. Colton. Would you come with us, please?
Hi, Stewie. 5 minutes.
I'm late, Feldman. Call me later.
3 minutes. Slam dunk deal and we're out of here.
Okay, your 3 minutes started 8 seconds ago.
Jennifer Colton.
Save the background. I know why you're here.
Drop the felony kidnapping, Stu. It's a ridiculous charge.
And replace it with what?
With nothing. She's already facing contempt charges in Dunham's court. Why do you guys have to get into it?
Because she broke the law, Howard. You know, you want to talk about slam dunks. Your client is a definition of a closed case.
Come on, this whole thing is crazy. 3 months ago, she was a highly respected architect without so much as a parking ticket.
Yeah, and then she crossed state lines with her daughter against the express orders of Judge Dunham. I don't write the law, Howard. I only prosecute the people who break it.
Hold on. She was trying to protect her daughter.
Hey, I'm not unsympathetic. I got kids of my own, too, you know?
This is better. Give me more.
Well, when do you see Dunham on the contempt thing?
Tomorrow.
Is she willing to cooperate this time?
What if she does?
I don't know. We got a felony here. But first things first. You clean your laundry in Dunham's courtroom. Satisfy him that your client is willing to cooperate, and then you come and see me, and we'll talk about the felony charge.
That's it?
You want guarantees? Go buy a television set. This is the best you'll get here. Now I'm going. I'll see you later.
Do you understand that you are now facing a charge of felony kidnapping?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
And are you aware that your willingness to cooperate with this courtroom will directly affect the manner in which the district attorney chooses to prosecute those charges?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mrs. Colton, I believe you are an honest woman and a concerned mother. And I believe you are certain in your view. But I cannot let that judgment affect the rules of law that all citizens must live by. Do you understand that?
I do.
I will give you one more chance to perhaps diminish the circumstances in which you are currently trapped. Where is your daughter? Please, Mrs. Colton, answer the question. Where is your daughter?
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I cannot answer that question.
Cannot or will not?
I would say both, Your Honor.
Then you do know of her whereabouts at this time.
I will not answer that question.
Have you had recent contact with her?
I will not answer that question.
And you give me no choice but to inform the district attorney of your unwillingness to cooperate with this court. One last time, Mrs. Colton. Do you understand that you are now facing a felony kidnapping charge?
I tried to follow the law in everything I did, but the law doesn't work. And if the law doesn't work, then it ought to be changed. But that would take time, and Mandy couldn't afford to wait.